With so much to do in Japan, it's easy to forget to make reservations for every item on your bucket list. But do you really need a reservation? Today, we're going to take a look at some of the things that you really should book in advance to make sure you don't miss out.
The next station is Tokyo.
Hey guys, Hoang here, and today we are looking into the things in Japan that you really should book in advance. This is part 2, with the first video being things that you absolutely have to book in advance or you won't even be able to get in. Most of the things mentioned in this video you still definitely should book in advance, but it might not be the end of the world if you don't. That being said, let's dive into it. Let's start off by looking at some of the observation decks. The Tokyo Skytree is the tallest freestanding tower in the world at 634 meters or 2,080 feet tall and has 102,000 reviews and 4.4 stars on Google. The first observation deck is the Tembo deck at 350 meters or 1,140 feet tall, featuring 3 floors of 360-degree views of Tokyo with a glass floor section as well. Second is the Tembo Galleria at 450 meters or 1,478 feet, which features a spiral ramp that runs along the outside to give you views as you walk upward in the observation deck. It is actually cheaper to book the Tokyo Skytree in advance, with base Tembo deck fees at 2,100 yen or around $15 US and 3,100 yen or around $22 US for both decks. The same day tickets are 2,400 yen and 3,500 yen respectively. Tickets go on sale starting at midnight Japan Standard Time, 30 days before the date of admission, and opening hour tickets tend to sell out very quickly, while sunset tickets also do tend to sell out, though they are a bit more available than the early morning opening slots. I tried to book some tickets, and going to the page 10 minutes after midnight, I was able to get any time slot including sunset times for the latest released day, except for the 8 a.m. opening time slot. So if you want that early morning time slot, you're gonna have to go quick. For off hours, you can get tickets the day before or even that day, but I would get them the day before just to save a bit of money. So specifically for booking Tokyo Skytree tickets, I would recommend it if you want a prime time slot. Otherwise, a walk-in or day before ticket should generally be available. The next attraction is the Shibuya Sky. This iconic building has a whole lounging area designed for you to use as you enjoy the skyline and relax at the top of the Shibuya Square Scramble Tower, which has 4.6 stars with over 20,000 reviews. This open-air observation deck is 229 meters or 751 feet tall, which is half the height of the Tokyo Skytree observation deck. While not as high up, it does allow you to enjoy a view that is a bit closer to the core of Tokyo and its iconic buildings, along with the famous Shibuya Crossing Scramble. In 2025, the Shibuya Sky has changed its ticketing policy from before, and now admissions up to 3 p.m. are 2,700 yen, and after 3 p.m. are 3,400 yen due to sunset being the most popular time. These are for adult tickets only, and for the children's tickets or kids age 6 through 11, you purchase them day of at the ticket counter after showing your adult ticket. These do not sell out, so you don't have to worry about getting these in advance. Kids 5 and under are free. Tickets for the Shibuya Sky, especially around sunset, are much more stressful than the Skytree. Sunset time tickets are typically sold out instantly upon release, which is 2 weeks before the admission date at midnight Japan Standard Time. You used to not be able to book on the official website unless you were in Japan, so foreigners would use sites like Klook to book tickets. The official website now accepts foreign credit cards, which it did not before. I did a practice run of this for fun, and the website is insanely slow at midnight Japan Standard Time because of the flood of people trying to get tickets. I opened the page right at midnight, and when the site finally loaded, I got onto the site around 45 seconds after midnight, and already all of the sunset time slots were sold out. When you buy a ticket, you will also have to enter the name of each person in your party onto a ticket, so that also takes up time. Once you enter all of the names, you are able to proceed to the next step. And assuming that you don't see the error message that I saw where all the tickets for that time slot ran out, you will have 15 minutes from that point to finish your purchase. So at that point, for the most part, you're safe. You will need a WebKit account to finish purchasing the tickets, so it will save you time to set up an account beforehand. Doing all of this for sunset is super stressful, but personally I would recommend it as I really like the view from up there. Though if you don't care for sunset, just go earlier and avoid the stress, or go early and lounge up there till sunset because you can stay there as long as you want. Basically, in short, set up a WebKit account, have the names of everyone in your party ready, and then as soon as it hits midnight, you will refresh the page, and once it loads, you will just scramble to click on the first available time slot that you can find, and don't worry about getting exactly sunset. Personally, I would aim for something a little bit before sunset so that you have a little bit of wiggle room there, and then just copy and paste the names of your party onto the tickets as quickly as possible, and then best of luck to you. Now, let's talk about one of the most iconic and recognizable buildings in Tokyo, the Tokyo Tower. This tower has 4.5 stars with over 86,000 reviews. It was the tallest tower in Japan at 332 meters or 1,092 feet until the construction of the Tokyo Skytree in 2012. Tickets for the main deck of the Tokyo Tower are 1,500 yen and are a bit discounted for high school age and younger. The top deck and main deck ticket is 3,300 yen if purchased online in advance, and 3,500 yen for adults if purchased on the day of at the ticket counter. There is a diamond tour that gives you access to both decks and the lounge, and this is 7,000 yen for adults and is limited to 70 people per day, making it a bit more exclusive. You can also book a tea ceremony at the observation deck early in the morning, slightly before the tower opens, to enjoy a calm and tranquil tea ceremony while overlooking the city. This is limited to 20 people and costs 3,980 yen and gives you access to the main deck and the tea ceremony. The non-supply limited tower tickets, like the main deck tickets and the top deck tour tickets, are not hard to get compared to the Shibuya Sky, for example. The main deck tickets don't even have an entrance date requirement. You can just purchase the ticket and use it whenever. For the top deck, you do have to specify the date, but those don't seem to sell out too quickly either. For booking, you can go through Klook, and if you want to save some extra money, check this out. This video is sponsored by Klook, which is an experiences booking platform for all of your travel booking needs. I used Klook to book the Shibuya Sky when I was there, and you can use it to book all of your needs in Japan, from activities like the Tokyo Tower, Shibuya Sky, or Tokyo Skytree, to booking hotels. Klook has it all. And it gets better. Klook has a lot of sales where you can get tickets for cheaper than the main sites, like this 20% discount off of the Tokyo Skytree tickets that is going on right now. I even used Klook to purchase an eSIM with unlimited data for my time in Japan, and the Klook app automatically set up the eSIM for me and made the process effortless. Now, when you book, use the promo code Pham to get an additional 10% off your first purchase for new users and 3% for existing users, so that you can save more money or spend it elsewhere. Use the QR code here or the links below and check out Klook for unbeatable savings. Moving away from observation decks to restaurants. Another place that takes reservation and has limited seating is Menbaka Fire Ramen in Kyoto. With 3,600 reviews and 4.2 stars, just like Kichi mentioned in the previous video, this spot is also quite the show, as they serve you ramen with a side of fire, and it's quite the experience. I don't remember if their reservation system is new or not, but from what I can remember when I was there last year is that there was no reservation system at the time. However, now you can reserve one of the 12 seats in this small but lively restaurant, though the reserved seats have to select their reservation only menu, which is 11,630 yen per person, or roughly $80 at the time of making this video. It is a bit pricey, but comes with fire ramen, gyoza, fried chicken, and A5 Wagyu beef nigiri, along with a Menbaka fire ramen chop kimono. A bowl of fire ramen for walk-in customers starts at 3,300 yen or $22 and goes up from there. As far as walk-ins go, I wasn't sure if I should put this in the previous video of required reservations or not, because you can line up and you don't need to have a reservation. But from what I've seen a lot of people complain about is that the wait times can be pretty insane and the line can be pretty long. Though when I went in December last year, me and my group, we were the only people in line when the restaurant opened, and the only people in the restaurant for the next 30 minutes or so. Though when we left, there were around maybe 6 other people with a handful waiting outside at the time. So I'll leave it up to you to decide if it's worth the extra money for the reservation. I was also pretty full with just the bowl of ramen, so all of the extra things that you would get in that reservation does add up to a lot of food. So if you don't want to be super full afterwards, that's also something to think about. The next spot is the Final Fantasy Eorzea Cafe. This spot is themed after the game Final Fantasy and has a neat menu with food and drinks all charged in gil, the currency of the game. Food here will set you back between 990 to 1,980 gil or yen, while drinks are mostly around 880 to 990 gil. There are 2 locations, with the main one being in Akihabara with 1,700 reviews and 4.5 stars, and the second location being in Osaka with 570 reviews and 4.6 stars. Reservations for the Final Fantasy cafes aren't required, but highly recommended, especially during peak meal times on weekends. But compared to other cafes like the Pokemon or Kirby Cafe, this one does take walk-ins and isn't as insane to book. Another food-related place that you may need to book in advance is the Cup Noodle Museum, which has 2 locations. One in Yokohama, which has 18,000 reviews and 4.2 stars, and one in Osaka, which has 11,000 reviews and 4.4 stars. The Yokohama location is larger, but the Osaka location is the original location. There is an entrance fee of 500 yen per person to enter the museum for adults, while high school age and younger are free. There are a handful of things to do inside, some of which may require reservations. The My Cup Noodles factory allows you to create your own cup noodle by personalizing the cup itself and then customizing the flavors of the noodles and toppings, and then sealing all of it to make a unique, one-of-a-kind cup noodle. That is something that you can either eat when you get home or keep forever. Tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. on the first day of each month for entry for the following month. Meaning if you want tickets in September, you want to start looking at 10 a.m. Japan Standard Time on August 1st. Then there is the Chicken Ramen Factory, which costs 600 yen for elementary school students and 1,000 yen for everyone else. Here you will be able to make your own chicken ramen from scratch by kneading the flour, cutting the dough into noodles, cooking the noodles, and then flash frying them and placing them into a custom designed package that you make as well. The interesting thing about this experience is that you work in pairs and you are not allowed to do it solo, meaning that the smallest number of tickets you can purchase is 2. Reservations can be made from 10 a.m. 3 months before the day of your visit. their booking calendar shows the time slots and how many slots are available, with the maximum number being 48 slots in the cooking class. So if you want to do all of the attractions at the Cup Noodle Museum, you will want to make all of these various reservations in advance. If you are looking for a cultural experience in Tokyo, check out the world famous fish market to watch the auctions of extremely expensive tuna at the Toyosu fish market, which has 12,000 reviews on Google with 3.6 stars. This place is closed Wednesdays and Sundays, so make sure to factor that into your travel plans. You can watch the tuna auctions in the morning, which typically happen between 5:30 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. and it is recommended that you arrive around 5 a.m. to watch people inspect the tuna before the auction starts and to get a good viewing spot. The duration of the auction can vary from 20 minutes to an hour. There are two ways to watch. First is the free auction walkway gallery, which is one floor above the auction itself. It opens at 5 a.m. and you want to get there as early as possible to secure a good spot by the window. Audio of the auction will play here through speakers. Second is the special observation deck located on the same floor as the auction itself, where you can be more immersed and hear the auction as well. Tickets are free, but you have to apply via a lottery system around 1 month prior. You can apply online and only winners will be notified via email if they got in. So if you didn't hear anything, that means you didn't make it. The lottery itself opens up around the first week of each month for the following month, but the date does change a little bit, so you will have to monitor the website for the exact dates. If you don't want to view the auction but want to eat the food, then the market around here serves some of the freshest fish straight from the auction, so go and check that out. And that you don't need a reservation for. If you want an even more traditional experience, you can book the Kyoto Geisha show and experience through MAIKOYA. This is where you can meet a real geisha in the famous Gion district of Kyoto and experience a traditional tea ceremony. This is a ceremony that takes around 45 minutes, where in addition to the tea ceremony, you will learn to prepare matcha tea, enjoy Japanese sweets, get introduced to the history and traditions around the geisha by an interpreter who will explain more about the geisha, and enjoy a dance performance by the geisha. This can be fairly booked out and is limited depending on the availability of the geisha, so if you want to experience this, you won't want to wait till the last minute. And for your awareness, this experience has 933 reviews and is 4.9 stars, putting it at the highest rated experience of everything that we've covered in this video and the previous video. The cost of this experience is 15,600 yen per person, or around 110 US dollars at the time of making this video. Though online they are having a 10% off sale, but I'm not entirely sure for how long this is going for because it doesn't specify. It does seem that you can book around 9 months in advance. So if you are planning well in advance, this is a great way of being able to secure a booking. Last minute bookings are pretty tough though and don't seem to have a lot of availability. One other thing that you can do if you wanted even better photos for the tea ceremony is to rent a kimono or a yukata, which there are an abundance of stores around Kyoto to rent from. There are seriously a lot of them, especially around the Gion area, such as Wargo Kyoto Kimono Rental, which has 1,500 reviews and 4.8 stars. You can rent a kimono to enjoy at the tea ceremony or to walk around Kyoto and take some awesome photos as you go around sightseeing. Most kimono and yukata rental places only allow you to rent for the day, so you would pick it up in the morning and return it in the evening before closing time. Though a few places allow you to rent and return it to your hotel or the place that you are staying, and they will pick it up the next day for an additional fee, and some allow you to rent overnight and return it the next day, but not every place has this option. But Wargo Kimono Rentals does have this. Prices here range from around 3,300 yen to 7,700 yen for individuals or couples rentals. A great place to wear a kimono is the Imperial Palace in Tokyo. If you want to visit the Imperial Palace in Tokyo, you will need a reservation to see the spot. With 2,800 reviews and at 4.4 stars, the Imperial Palace is a beautiful space in the heart of Tokyo near Tokyo Station and the Otemachi Station, and only takes a very limited amount of guests per day. There are around 200 tickets for advanced reservation and 300 tickets for walk-in slots, but both go fast. For the advanced tickets, starting at 5 a.m. on the 1st of the month, tickets go on sale for the following month. So if you wanted tickets for October, you would go to the website at 5 a.m. Japan Standard Time on September 1st. Walk-in slots can fill up fast, especially during busy times in Japan, as lines begin to form around 8 a.m. in the morning, so go early if you plan on doing a walk-in. The tour is free. You just have to get a time slot. There is an area outside of the inner grounds called the Palace East Gardens, which do not require reservations and is free to enter. So if you don't want to take the inner grounds tour or miss out on all of the slots for the day, you could stop here instead. Now in 2023, the Warner Brothers Harry Potter studio opened in Nerima City, Tokyo. And if you are a Harry Potter fan, this is the place for you. This should not be confused with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter as part of Universal Studios in Osaka. This location in Tokyo has 11,000 reviews and has 4.7 stars on Google. Tickets are timed entry, and it seems you are able to get a ticket relatively close to the date, maybe unless it is a really packed time, but tickets go on sale 3 months prior, so if you want to book in advance, you could. If you forget or weren't aware, you can book seemingly fairly last minute. The recommendation is to book an early time slot as there is a lot to do here. There are no fast passes or express tickets to worry about here, so once you get your ticket, you are good to go. Tickets are 7,000 yen per person. Also in Tokyo, you will find Sanrio Puroland, also known as Hello Kitty Land. This is a theme park in Tama, Tokyo with 12,000 reviews and 4.2 stars. This indoor theme park has everything Sanrio, and if you want to enjoy all the Hello Kitty themed things and get tons of photos with Sanrio characters, this is the place to be. Tickets for Puroland don't need to be booked in advance, as you can purchase tickets at the gate. If you wanted to book in advance, you can do so around 4 months in advance. Ticket prices vary depending on the day, but seem to range between 3,600 yen to 5,900 yen. Now, let's move on to Legoland in Nagoya. This theme park was opened in April 2017 and was the second Legoland in Asia and the 8th worldwide. If you are into Legos, well, this is your dream place. Just don't accidentally step on the millions of Legos here. Tickets here don't often sell out, but the hotel can be booked. So if you are planning on staying in the area, then you'll want to make sure you book the hotel especially. The Legoland Japan hotel has 1,300 reviews and 4.3 stars, which is a bit surprisingly high for a resort hotel. Legoland tickets start at 4,700 yen for adults and 3,500 yen for children, and there are various ticket combo options for combining Legoland with Sea Life Nagoya, which is an aquarium. So if you want to do both of those things together, you can get a bundle discount. It is cheaper to book online as opposed to going in person, so if you are planning on going, might as well buy tickets online. To get to Nagoya, where Legoland is, you will probably need to take the train, which means you will probably be looking at the Shinkansen, also known as the bullet train. Now, there are a lot of trains, some of which have more stops than others, so when making a booking, make sure you check the travel time to get the fastest trains to your destination. You don't have to book seats on the bullet train, as there are sections for non-reserved seats, meaning that you can buy tickets last minute. Though sometimes during peak season, it may become more inconvenient as trains fill up, and through new changes that they are implementing to the Shinkansen, they are getting rid of one of the walk-in trains and making it a reserved train, so there may be less available seating. The main reason that people book the bullet train seats in advance is either to sit with their group or to see Mount Fuji. The left side of the train going from Osaka to Tokyo is the Mount Fuji side, while the right side is the Mount Fuji side going from Tokyo to Osaka. This is the side with seats D and E in the ordinary car and seats C and D in the green car if you are in first class. So if you want to pick your seats or sit with your group, then book in advance and try to get the Fuji side. Lastly, one final train that you could book, and this one you really need to book in advance. This is the Aoniyoshi Sightseeing Limited Express. This train travels between Osaka, Kyoto, and Nara. And if you are going between those cities, instead of opting for the quicker Shinkansen or local train options, this train takes you on a scenic but a bit slow of a journey to see the beautiful landscapes between the popular destinations. For example, you could go between Kyoto and Osaka in about 20 minutes on the Shinkansen. This will take you an hour and a half. The train itself is also very nice and Instagram worthy. Costs for the train vary depending on your destination, but the longest route is from Osaka to Kyoto, and that starts at 2,140 yen or around $15 US. This is assuming that you are traveling as a group of 2, because seats are designed for groups of 2 on this train. If you happen to be traveling solo, you will end up booking 2 seats for a reduced fare of 2,650 yen, and you will have 2 seats to yourself. I did a quick walkthrough of the booking process, and for some reason the price came out to 2,000 yen for 2 people, even though the site said that it would be 2,140 yen. So I'm not sure what that's about, but if that's the case, I'll take it. There is a lot to do in Japan, so don't miss out on bucket list items just because you forgot to book it. Check out the links to book all of these places in the description, and if you want more guides on places to book in Japan, let me know. If you have some places that you recommend booking in advance, let me know in the comments section down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.